all for coming out this evening to the Monday, October 28th Mayor and City Council meeting. And we've got some special guests tonight that I am going to talk a little bit about in a minute, but I was wondering if the Queen of Angels Catholic School Odyssey of the Mind team would mind leading us in the pledge. And gentlemen, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this group, and then I would like you to come forward after I'm finished and introduce yourselves, and then when you all are done with that, we'd love to have a picture taken with you. Queen of Angels Catholic School competed at the Odyssey of the Mind World Finals at Michigan State University. They were represented by 3 teams. The Queen of Angels middle school team, competing in the structure toss problem, placed first in their category and was the first team in school history to achieve this goal. Odyssey of the Mind is an international problem-solving program that engages students in their learning by allowing their knowledge and ideas to come to life in an exciting, productive environment. It is a STEM-based problem-solving educational competition that gives students an opportunity to develop a variety of skills, including teamwork, the arts, while increasing their aptitude in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and math. Students apply STEM concepts by creatively solving an engineering problem by assessing the composition and strength of the materials, designing vehicles and devices, engineering structures, sets and backdrops, and calculating scores, geometry, and physics. I applaud you all for that. I saw many of the things that you're working on might not be a bad idea for this council to do on a retreat. So thank you all for competing, and I would like you to come forward and introduce yourself in the microphone, and then if you will, just stay up here in front of the dais, and we'll come down and have our picture taken with you. Who's first?
Hi, I'm Sophia.
I'm Creighton. I'm Chris Michaels.
I'm Mary.
I'm Matthew.
Samuel.
I'm Chase.
Let's hear it for these students. I'd also like to give a round of applause to the parents and the teachers in the room, because I know that you all have put a lot of time, effort, and support into these types of projects, and our future generation is definitely benefiting from your work today. So thank you, moms and dads, teachers. Let's have a picture. Thank you again for coming out this evening. The next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Councilmember Tizer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Judy. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And it passes unanimously. Next, we'll go on to Environmental and Public Works.
Perfect. Here we go. Number 2, approval for the mayor and/or city administrator to sign a contract for the provision of maintenance and operations of the Roswell Transfer Station with BFI Waste Systems of Georgia LLC, doing business as Richland Creek Landfill Republic Services, in the amount of $38 per ton. Mr. Skowski.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is a renewal of our disposal contract for the transfer station. A couple of points I just wanted to mention. The cost of this contract is about a 2.7% increase over what we're currently paying, and it's within our 2020 budget for these services. We did do a request for proposals and had 4 responses, and the 2 highest qualified were very competitive, and we're pleased to make this recommendation for award. I'll be happy to address any questions you may have.
Does council have any questions? Seeing no hands up, is there anyone in the audience that would like to come forward and speak? Do we have a motion?
Yes, motion to approve item number 2.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Judy. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilmember Wilsey. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And it passes unanimously.
Okay, on to item number 3, approval for the mayor and/or city administrator to sign a contract with Georgia Power Company for the Roswell Water Treatment Plant rate schedule. Mr. Skowski.
So this contract will allow us to switch our rate-paying schedule to a real-time pricing schedule for the water plant. And the main point here is that this will allow us to save approximately $30,000 to $35,000 a year on what is currently a $140,000 a year annual power bill. We're pleased to have worked this out with Georgia Power, and it's taken quite a bit of time to get here, but we're now in a better position to optimize our power utilization at our new water plant. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to address them.
Does council have any questions for Mr. Skowski? Seeing no hands up, is there anyone in the public that would like to come forward and speak? Seeing no one approach, do I have a motion?
Yes, motion to approve item number 3.
Motion by Councilmember Judy. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilmember Wilsey. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And it passes unanimously.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda, I would like to call on Councilmember Zapata to call it for the Transportation Department. Councilmember Zapata.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 4, approval of an amendment to Article 21.2.25, Small Cell Technology in Chapter 21 of the City of Roswell Code of Ordinance. Second reading.
Mr. Davidson.
Thank you. This is an ordinance to amend Chapter 21, Telecommunications and Cable Services, Article 21.2, Standards for Wireless Communication Facilities, adding Section 21.2.25, Small Cell Technology of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Roswell. Now therefore, the mayor and council do hereby amend the Code of Ordinances of the City of Roswell, Georgia, by deleting current Section 21.2.25 and by adding a new Section 21.2.25 to read as follows, the text of which is incorporated herein by reference, and if approved, this would be the second reading.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson. Mr. Del Ross.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Item number 4 tonight, second reading of the small cell revisions. These changes bring our city ordinance that was approved in 2016 into compliance with the recently passed state legislation. Senate Bill 66 was passed in the spring this year in legislature and went into effect October 1, 3 weeks ago. There are not a lot of changes. It breaks the permit requests into 3 categories, asking to attach to an existing pole, upgrading the existing pole in the current location, and installing a new pole. There are fees associated with those 3 requests. the city has chosen to adopt the maximum allowable fee per the state legislature. Those fees are on your screen. The only other change, the difference between the state bill and our bill, is it raised the height at which the small cell new pole could go to from our current ordinance of 45 feet to the state ordinance, which is 50 feet. I'm here to answer any questions you have.
Does council have any questions? Councilmember Zapata.
So are those fees the maximum that we're allowed to charge, or there's any legislation, state legislation, the maximum that the city can charge for the?
The recommendation from staff is to adopt the allowable max that the state provides for us, and those are the fees you see on the screen.
Okay, so that's the max, okay. And in terms of the 50 feet, that is the minimum required by state?
The 50 feet sets the height at which under 50 feet is governed as small cell and over 50 feet is governed as cell tower.
Thank you.
Additional questions from council? Is there anyone in the public that would like to come forward and speak? Seeing no one approach, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Councilmember Zapata. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Judy. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And it passes unanimously. Thank you. Mr. Davidson.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item I have is the approval of a settlement of litigation, Appin versus City of Roswell. As you know, this is an open record case. We would be settling this by paying $10,500 in attorney's fees and giving them 1 free year of open records request. The city's not admitting any liability. I'm available for any questions.
Does council have any questions? Is there anyone in the public that would like to come forward and speak? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Tizer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Judy. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And it passes unanimously.
The next item I have is a recommendation for closure to discuss personnel litigation and real estate.
Do I have a motion for closure?
So move.
Motion by Councilmember Palermo. Do I have a second? Okay, I'm not seeing any second. I would like to remind this council that we have business to take care of. I'm not certain why you all are not able to attend closure. However, I'm concerned about conducting the city's business. Is there a second? Second. Second by Councilmember Wilsey. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And it passes unanimously. We are adjourned.